If you see the diagrammatic representation of the total cost, we can see over here in the data table the production, the total fixed cost, the total variable cost and the total cost are given, and in this diagrammatic presentation you can see all the different curves, that is the total fixed cost curve, the total variable cost and the total cost. Now if you can correlate both of them, production starts from 0 till 50, the total fixed cost remains same as 100. So you can see for marking the total fixed cost, you can see OP. OP shows the total fixed cost over here because the fixed cost is parallel to x-axis as it remains 100. Moving on, when I want to show the total variable cost, it will start from the point O because you can see the 0 over there. The next point 80, 150, 210, 290 and 390. So the curve from which is below the line, that is the total variable cost, and the points over here you can see, that is O from Z, you can see C, G, which shows the different points that are plotted. Above that you can see the total cost figures that starts from 100. So you can see that the curve for the total cost will start from the point 100, whereas for the variable cost it starts from the point 0. So you can see A over there, E over there, which shows the total cost curve. The difference between the two curves, that is the total variable cost and the total cost curve, will always remain same, because whenever you subtract from the total cost the total variable cost, you will get only the same figure, that is 100. So if you can see 100 minus 0, 100, 180 minus 80, 100, 250 minus 150, 100. Why? Because when you subtract from the total cost the total variable cost, what you will be getting is the total fixed cost. So the width between, or the difference between these two lines, that is the curves of total cost and total variable cost, should always be same, as it depicts the difference between both of them, that is the total cost and the total variable cost. Moving on to our next diagrammatic representation of the average fixed cost. Now you can see, as we have already seen in our session, that average fixed cost means TFC upon TP, that they have already found by using the formula. The figures that have to be marked are 10, 5, 3.3, 2.5 and 2. So you can see on the x-axis the output is shown, on the y-axis the average fixed cost is shown, and you can see that the average fixed cost, as the figures are on a decreasing trend, so is the slope which moves downward right from the upward. So right upward to downward slope, because as and when the number of units increases, the average fixed cost goes on decreasing, but you can see it is not touching the line 0, and therefore we say that the average fixed cost decreases but it never becomes 0. Coming down to our total average variable cost. Now we have seen that average variable cost can be obtained by dividing TVC by the TP. Now the figures, if you have a note on that, you can see 8, 7.57. Till this particular point it goes on decreasing. After that a slight rise can be seen, that is 7.25, 7.8, 8.33, 8.85. These figures are obtained by dividing 80 by 10, 150 by 20. Now from point A to C a downward trend can be seen, and then from C onwards it starts moving on an upward direction. And so it is said that in this particular average variable cost diagrammatic representation, initially the curve moves downwards and later on it starts moving on a upward trend. Now moving on to our next curve, that is the average cost curve. Now you can see the figures as shown earlier. The average cost is obtained by dividing the total cost by the production units. So 9 by 1 gives you 9, 16 by 2 gives you 8. In the same way, when you move on to 17 by 7, it gives you 10. Now here you can see the figures 9, 8, 7 and 7. That means what? It goes on a downward trend. It is a somewhat constant and then it starts rising again. So initially the average cost falls, then it remains constant, and then later on subsequently it goes on rising, and therefore you can see that from point A to C it is downward sloping, C to D it is constant, and from D to G it will be again rising upwards, and therefore the average cost curve becomes U-shaped in short. So the shape of the average cost curve becomes U. Coming down to the marginal cost, as we have seen that marginal cost means the cost that is incurred by the production unit in order to produce one additional unit of a commodity. So the formula that you have to remember is MCN is equal to TCN minus TCN minus 1. Now they have given you a mathematical calculation showing how you get the figure. Supposing, assuming as they have seen MC3, that means for producing 3 units of output, the formula if I apply, the total cost N, that is TCN is 3, N minus 1, so 3 minus 1 is 2. Now if you see the corresponding figures in total cost, 21 is the cost for producing 3 units. For producing 2 units, the total cost is 16, so 21 minus 16, that is 5 will be my marginal cost. Supposing the same can be applied for finding out the marginal cost of 5 units. So MC5 is equal to TC5 minus TC4. So 40 minus 28, and the marginal cost for producing 5, the 5th unit in fact, is 12. So you have to know that when we talk about marginal cost, we use the term for producing 1 unit, for producing the 2nd unit, for producing the 3rd unit. So we are talking about only 1 unit over there. That should be very clear. Okay, so marginal cost, it can be said that is the result of a change in the variable cost when the production decreases from N and goes to N minus 1. If you see the diagrammatic representation of marginal cost, it is like a hockey stick, because here you can see the figures 9, 7, 5, 7, and then you can see an increasing trend because the variable cost also follows the same pattern. It slows down and then it has an increasing pattern. So here you can see the marginal cost also having the same one. So from A to C there is a downward trend initially, and then after that it starts increasing, that is from C to D, and then it goes on increasing more rapidly comparatively, you can say. So initially the marginal cost curve is like a hockey stick. So the average cost was like U-shape, the marginal cost was like a hockey stick. In a next virtual session, we will be talking about the interrelationship between the average cost and the marginal cost.